I urge you with stories from around the world. Hello, Genix. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Dr. Abati. How are you this morning? Perfect. Good morning. Good morning, Big Bye. How are you this morning?
I'm well. Please share the joke.
Well, he knows the joke. Good morning. Ruby on fire. How are you this morning? Yes.
AKA What State.
New names every day. The government of Ojika, that's what it means. Well, all right. Our viewers will be excited. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending. The new political coalition party, the African Democratic Congress, may be losing momentum as reports indicate that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has rejected calls from southern Nigerian political leaders urging him to step down in favor of a southern presidential candidate ahead of the 2027 general election. Well, according to Business Day, Atiku is insisting on his constitutional right to contest and is calling for untransparent primaries, emphasizing that zoning should not override merit or competence. His stance has reportedly caused tension within the coalition, especially with the Obedient Movement, which supports Peter Obi as the sole acceptable candidate, threatening to withdraw if Atiku continues his bid. Meanwhile, Atiku has denied reports of any meeting where he was pressured to step down, calling such claims fabricated propaganda from the APC aimed at dividing the opposition. He described the reports as false and as diversionary tactic meant to undermine the coalition's unity and momentum following the formation of the African Democratic Congress as the coalition's political vehicle. Atiku reaffirmed that no propaganda would weaken the coalition's resolve. Well, another development. Daniel Bwala, advisor to President Tinubu, has predicted that the African Democratic Congress Party will collapse within 6 months. Bwala made the prediction during a live television interview, stating that the struggle over who will emerge as the party's flag bearer will fragment the coalition, making the 2027 election easier for Tinubu to win. Let's take a look.
All this fantasy of coalition, we all know that once there is a phenomenon like that, they are going to have a good 2 to 3 weeks of all this romanticizing of we have idea, we can do this. But one of them, his name is Lucky, already sensed the danger that lurks ahead for them. And he said that the problem of this coalition will be who will be the presidential candidate, because right now he said, I'm putting him. Everybody wants to become president. After 1 month, when they sit down, I am telling you on my own honor, in the next 6 months, a coalition team will not even be a conversation. They will be scattered. The spirit of it now is a non-issue, is a non-starter. Already he has considered his presidential ambition to allow Atiku Abubakar. Now he has become a second fiddle, but he needs to fight for the vice presidential ticket with Rotimi Amechi. And from what we are hearing, they have in a backward manner convincing that he will be director general of the campaign to lead the movement, and that when they win election, Atiku will do 1 term, and then Peter Obi will come back to become president. Badwe plus Badwe is equal to Badwe.
I knew one. Bajra plus Bajra is equal to Bajra. It was the same guy who said, Kokoro Tonje for.
Routine for.
You
please, with due respect.
Okay, go ahead.
Daniel Bwala never called it F4.
F4 is A4.
Routine for. You know, a follower.
All right. Well, your thoughts as comments there. I mean, also the fact that, we're getting these reports about Atiku wanting to, contest for the ticket as well.
With due respect, Daniel Bwala is my friend
Your
and
guy.
brother, my guy. But, we've not agreed on a lot lately.
Yes.
But with due respect, Daniel Bwala is 110% spot on.
All right.
Spot on.
Okay.
You can say he's speaking for the APC, but it is spot on. The only part I do not know in this analysis is the 6 months threshold. It could be earlier than that, it could be after 6 months. But it has started to happen. We had Professor here, and we're talking, and I asked a question, and we're all talking this point, and we said based on idealism, it's about competence. But you and I know that competence does not run Nigeria. It's not because of competence.
Yes.
There's never been a day. Is it not in this country that they scrutinize people for a political party and they know they didn't have credentials, their credentials were murky, and they said, let's allow the person go. Yes, so it's not competence. If he was competent, you think the set of people running Nigeria would be running Nigeria, or have ever been leaders, would be ever be leader in Nigeria? It's not about competence, it's about sentiments. And it's about selection. It's more even about financial power and overcracy. So it's never about competence. And realistically, the party already split out the middle. There are some people like Kenneth Okonkwo came out yesterday and said power should go to the north. But the question I would like to ask Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo is, the same person that campaigned for a southern presidency in the last election, in one breath, is now saying power should go back to the north. So you can see that some people have already pitched it. And let me say one thing today. And it's funny that some people I disagree with today can bear me witness. And Mr. Wike will tell you from history. I disagree with him a lot of times, but he's going to tell you from history. Whenever they say, let's throw the field open, let the best man win, na lie. It's a ploy to favor a northern candidate. It's a ploy to favor Atiku Abubakar. Anytime they say, let's throw the field open, exactly what happened when a lot of people kept on pushing that the PDP should feel the zeitgeist and the pulse of the nation by allowing the southern candidate to emerge. Once they said, let's throw the gate open, and once they have said that today, let me predict a couple of things that will happen. The disagreement will snowball into something where Peter Obi might have to go and run on his own. He will split votes again, and it will lead to an easy emergence of President Tinubu. So if these political players are wise, they should be careful. Right. Because what happened in 2023 will easily happen in 2027 again.
All right. Well,
except God shows us He's God and He's more powerful than us. And I give that caveat.
All right, Dr. Matifa, I come to you. In the meantime, a heated exchange ensued between former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babachir Lawal, and a journalist on TVC. Lawal was grilled about the electioneering process in Nigeria, his recent defection from the All Progressives Congress, and his involvement in the new political coalition, the African Democratic Congress, ADC. Lawal, who has been vocal in his criticism of the Tinubu administration and the APC, describing the APC as a failed experiment built on deceit and intimidation, during the live interview told the TVC News anchor Nifemi Oguntoye to shut up and give him a break in this clip that has now gone viral. Let's take a look.
Mr. Lawal, but it is the same electoral process in 2019 and 2023. I mean, the same administration you said on that. So I didn't see quite much difference between
my friend. Look,
between what happened then and now.
How can you say Buhari's government, the electoral processes are the same with Tinubu's government? What is your problem? Give me a break.
No,
for once.
I would say
try to be truthful in what you say.
I would take Get Out because I've invited him to my house. But I'm just trying to have an intellectual conversation with you, Mr. Lawal. And I don't want to rile you up, okay?
The way you put it.
Dr. Amati, over to you. I mean, this video, this clip, I was just wondering if he knew he was on TV or he thought he was just... Yes, it was really good.
Very civil.
Yes, correct.
Let Babachir Lawal come here and try to say shut up. The kind of flogging that he will receive, he will not be able to sleep that night. Because people have developed this attitude of abusing and start illiterates. Calling me, for example, Garulos. Well, if I'm Garulos means, okay, you talk too much. Okay, if I'm paid to talk, I've been talking forever in this career. I would say a reason to be arrogant.
Come on, stop with your
Stop.
That's
Who cannot even pass school science impressively, who cannot win scholarships. Who say Ruben Abba is arrogant. I can dash them certificates. This is the kind of insults that we receive on this job.
Yes.
But I like the fact that the good was not garrulous, which we say we are. So I commend him. I like his civility. I like his, Babachir Lawal, whoever he thinks he is, he has no right to insult a journalist in that particular manner. If he thinks he can, let him come here. If he has the courage, the confidence to come and call anybody on this platform, shut up, or tell shut up, we will go after him.
I trust you on that one. Dr. Marty, on fire.
Don't want peace, I want violence.
The first two topic, especially with Atiku Abubakar not wanting to.
Daniel Bwala.
Also Daniel Bwala. Yes.
I think he has a point, and it's a view that is not original. It has been expressed by others. That there may be issues about who becomes the candidate on the platform of the ADC, but that does not necessarily mean that the party will improve. They will find accommodation among themselves, and I think it is clear to the major persons in that grouping who want to run Nigeria that, well, somebody has to be president, somebody has to be vice president. Second, how they resolve that is their own interest. Rufai is saying that if Peter Obi, if he's not made the candidate, or if he does not get what he wants, may leave the coalition. Well, if he leaves the coalition, the worst that he can do is that he will divide the votes in the South. Because what the APC can hope for is that, in fact, Peter Obi will leave that coalition. Because once he does so, in the Southeast, he's going to get votes. He may not become president, but he will have sabotaged the coalition, and then the coalition will not make as much significant impact, and it will be a shoo-in for the APC. Bwala is wrong when he says there is no threat, no alternative facts, no ideology. No, it's clear enough. And this same Mr. Peter Obi, Rotimi Amici, and others who are involved in that coalition, they have made it very clear. Politics is about power. Who grabs power? When you grab the power, then of course you tell the people, I will do this, I will do that for you. To quote Mr. Peter Obi in this conversation, for example, Mr. Peter Obi has talked about education, he has talked about healthcare, he has talked about the need to fix Nigeria. And I have not seen any other person in that coalition who has contradicted him. In fact, Atiku Abubakar, the Waziri Adamawa, is saying that indeed they need to move Nigeria forward. That's an ideology. They can say it, they can reconstruct it when the manifesto is finally written. And then Daniel Bwala says Peter Obi is a that kind of dismissiveness. We have told them that, okay, if you say Peter Obi is a non-issue, Rotimi Amici is a non-issue, Atiku is a non-issue, Arebeshola is a traitor. Okay, why are you people so jittery? Why are you so hypertensive?
That's the question.
The fact that the APC and the spokespersons are so hypertensive, in fact, proves the point that the coalition is an issue.
Yeah.
And our argument is that, whatever it is worth, we need the coalition. We need the fact that there are persons who have shown up to say we are challenging government. Whether they succeed or not, doesn't matter. What matters is that their right under the Constitution must be respected. The fact that the Nigerian people are being offered this robust critique of the democratic and governance process, I think we should encourage that. We don't the opposition in Nigeria playing possum. That I think there's some value in what is happening at this moment. But spokespersons, of course, will come and say what they will say. But we are enjoying the drama.
We have content. Enough content for us. Well, all right.
These are garrulous.
Not you. No.
Garrulous for a purpose.
Yes, you're very right. Dr. Marty, you're on fire. Well, all right.
You know how to gargle see.
Well, all right. For a purpose, you deserve. Shall we take another story now? Now let's take the story of Obona Ibojion, a young man from Abia State who was wrongfully convicted at the age of 22 and spent 26 years on death row at Kirikiri Maximum Security Prison for unknowingly buying and reselling a stolen generator in 1999. Buna bought the generator from Segun Ajibade, who initiated his arrest. He was beaten and forced to sign an unreadable statement and was convicted in 2003 without legal representation. He was sentenced to death for alleged armed robbery. Ogbonnaya's plight gained public attention early this year after a TikToker highlighted his story, leading to widespread outrage. His case caught the attention of Abia State Governor Alex Oti, who initiated a review not only of Ogbonnaya's case, but also of those of Kolawole Oladeji and Olawale Adedeji, who were also wrongfully imprisoned for their alleged involvement with the same generator. On July 6, 2025, the Lagos State government released Ogbonna and the two other men. Meanwhile, Segun Ajibade, the actual perpetrator, had been pulled in 2016. Ogbonna's emotional reunion with his elderly mother went viral on social media.
My name is Uba from Abia State.
My name is Kolawole Oladeji.
The last time, you can see the person there, what can say, I guess what you want to say. Against generator. I look up generator and tell me the make. Now, Bekis. Now, Bekis. I think I said, okay, I got interested to buy the generator.
It still gave me for a life replacement.
How old were you before the old police?
39.
39.
Yes.
That you were 39.
At that time, I did age 22 years.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married. They shoot me going for life.
I'm so cover this.
They shoot you gun for leg.
As is that statement, we know.
Right.
They write that in for the statements. I'm robbery.
And when I come sign.
We don't know now.
Oh, such injustice meted on this man. Well, Governor Oti has pledged full support for their reintegration, including psychological care, housing, and vocational assistance. The case has sparked a national debate on wrongful convictions and the urgent need for judicial reforms in Nigeria. You saw that video with Ogbonna and his power of social media. We thank the TikToker who brought the story back early this year, and we also thank Governor Oti for intervening with this matter. Otherwise, this man would have been languishing in jail, like we see many of our inmates in Nigeria being by.
What a touching story, and there's so many things to break down. The first is the issue of reintegration.
Yes.
And I'm glad that they are carrying him, they've taken this matter as their own personal project to reintegrate, because these are the types of people we want to see being reintegrated into society. If you go to the prisons, if you go through even the court roll and so forth, you'll see that there are so many individuals languishing in prison who have not even had their day in court. Many may not even know what crime they committed. Maybe they were bunched up together with other people. You know, there was the story of that young boy who stopped the Peter Obi who stopped in front of Peter Obi's car during the campaign and so forth, and how he was arrested and so forth. So we continue to clamor for a review of our justice system and the injustice that is being perpetuated within the system, not just today, but as far back as 26 years old. Now, this is a happily ever after story. What about the that are still there, whose cases are not even, they haven't seen the light of day. Nobody has even thought to look into their own individual cases. So this is a beautiful story, and I just hope that more, because it's normally NGOs and civil society organizations who look into this. You know, Kim Kardashian has her own NGO internationally where she's committed to trying to make sure that people who are wrongfully convicted regain their freedom. And I think that we need to see more of that movement happening locally. And then just very quickly on coalition politics, I know we're out of time. I'm still waiting for a surprise. I know we're out of time, but I'm just waiting for a surprise because these permutations are a little bit too obvious to be what the plan. I'm assuming that these people have a bigger plan because all of this, just to even some people like myself who've never been in politics, it was fierce. So I'm waiting to see, what this is a distraction for because there has to be something bigger coming. No, there has to be something bigger coming. This can't be the master plan for the opposition. It seems a little bit, under-detailed and underwhelming for my liking.
I mean, I was overjoyed. I'm going to go back to the other story. Seeing Ogbonna's mother, Dr. Bati, only 30 seconds if you can, if you wanted to see. Ogbonna's mother reuniting with her son.
Just to say that, this particular person is very lucky indeed.
Yes,
along with the other man who have been released. They're just lucky.
Yes.
There are thousands of their type under similar circumstances who are in Nigeria's correction centers who are not as lucky. And it says something about our justice administration system,
right? Which is something that
Onikepo wrote about in a column yesterday, but not enough time to give a summary of Onikepo Braithwaite's column. That's number one. Two is that there must be a lesson here.
Yes.
One, the man steals. Yes, it's a felony. Section 247 of the Criminal Code also says if you receive goods, stolen goods, you are considered a offense. You are also guilty, and you can be punished for the felony.
Right.
Maybe that's one lesson that people can learn from this. But also about the quantum of the punishment. There was once upon a time in this country that if you steal ordinary phone, this GSM,
you could be killed.
No, you can get a life sentence.
Yeah.
Because that was what the gentleman.
But he said that he was framed. In this story, he was framed.
That's how I talked about justice administration system.
Correct.
But he is lucky, that he has Alex Oti, the governor, who followed up and rescued him. But there are many more who are suffering from injustice within Nigeria's justice administration.
What a happily ever after story. I think that his story will make a good documentary. Kudos to the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, and of course the TikToker, Ogbonna, and his fellow inmates. Welcome home. Well, today on the Milestones, we celebrate the life and achievements of Steve Oluseyi Ayorinde, a distinguished journalist, author, and cultural advocate on the occasion of his 55th birthday. Well, Steve's journey began with a passion for storytelling, leading him to a successful career in journalism, where he earned recognition for his insightful reporting and commitment to truth. He served as the Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture in Lagos State from 2018 to 2019, where his visionary leadership and innovative ideas helped elevate Lagos to a vibrant cultural hub, showcasing the city's diverse art forms and traditions to the world. Steve is a co-anchor of the Arise Morning Show on the weekends. We at Arise News recognize not only his remarkable achievements, but also his unwavering commitment to fostering cultural pride and excellence in Nigeria. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Hallelujah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. That's how it goes. Steve, I got Steve is always on that. And even if he's not up to that, I will take it on. Steve, I'm the chairman committee as my very good friend.
What state?
Governor. As what? the government, the chief of Patakina. I mean, but he's such a great man, great guy, great co-anchor. I mean, I've worked with Steve for over 4.5 years now, I believe, and he's always been so amazing. His tutoring, yes, on the morning show. I said, but we're not competing. I can't compete with you. I can't. Well, all right. At the end of the day, but we'll all say a happy birthday, Steve Ayori.
Maybe I should come early on Saturday and Sunday.
Yes, we invite you.
When you want to do it on Friday.
We'll try. I'm sure you'll be so surprised. Me too, I just found out. But all right. Happy birthday, Steve Ayori Day. Shall we take our good news report now, highlighting the Free Bus Initiative for civil servants, retirees, and students from primary to tertiary levels in both public and private schools, as well as for security personnel by the Kaduna State government. The Free Bus Initiative is part of the Kaduna Subsidized Transport Scheme, which aims to elevate the impact of rising transportation costs. The free service, which utilizes compressed natural gas buses, will run for an initial 6 months, after which a 60% subsidy will be applied for general public. Well, according to the Kaduna State Governor, Uba Sani, the scheme follows President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's recent commissioning of 100 CNG buses in the state. Well, during the inauguration, the governor took his first ride with some students and government officials. Let's take a look. Valid identification, staff IDs linked to NIN for civil servants, full scholarship, full uniforms for students, and of course proper identification for security personnel to prevent misuse. I mean, this is such a great initiative. The Tinubu administration is working. Kudos to Uba Sani, right? When they say that, I mean, we do mean that. Rufai, you were going to say something quickly.
I mean, the story speaks for itself. Kudos. Let's move to the next thing.
No, I wanted you to say something quickly.
Uba Sani did not name the subsidized transport program after himself. He is doing it for the Kaduna State people.
Yes.
If it is some states, he will say Uba Sani Transport Service.
Yes.
So this is